Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nasdaq and SPX price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is intraday. We're gonna see what happened, what it might happen next for Nasdaq. So basically, we have this impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the upside, taking the high. Here you have an A, B, and a C potentially unfolded, and also hit the 1.618 almost. And now it can be that there is a possibility for double 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. So can one more low, very possible, before we move toward the upside, and that you might, of course, make sure that you hit decisively this 1.618, 23K 300, and then moving toward the upside. Now, if we dive a little bit deeper inside this area, you can see that here clearly that you might have kind of like leading diagonal, which it can be, of course, an extended wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here as a leading diagonal, but still a little bit a question mark. I mean, why we would like to get, of course, such a leading diagonal, which is a very extended wave 1 and not starting directly with an impulse. But yeah, because it opened the scenario a little bit for a correction here also in the top, in case that this has took the top or not. So the things are still a little bit here shady, I would say. In case this is a 5 waves up, 3 waves down, you know my rule always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breaking the high is a signal, of course, that you might move towards the upside. Now, half of this signal has been given. You still have, of course, to cover the last part of it, which is, of course, taking the high and breaking towards the upside. If this happens, well, okay, there is a possibility here that it might be unfolding, but be careful to test, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level again. It might turn corrective and then dropping down, unless, of course, it's broken. Okay, we're set for bullish, right? Now, if in case that we are still bearish and we're looking for lower, because here you cannot be ready for moving toward the upside. Even when you look at this, you took the low again in a wick somehow. So we gotta be careful with it. It might be even like ending diagonal, nobody knows. So you might take the high here and goes somehow in an ending diagonal. So be careful with it as well. So the things are still very shady here, I would say, on the micro level. Now, on the macro level, it is very clear for me that we might, of course, move toward the upside after all. You know, we still corrective here and we move for higher sooner or later. But when exactly on the micro level, probably one more leg, probably lower a little bit, maybe 1, 2, and then again for higher and probably one more low. Yeah, so and then starting to move impulsively toward the upside. So I cannot assure you here that you are bullish, guys. Okay, not yet. For the SPX, we are looking also at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC wave 2 here. Obviously, we have double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 4, and a 5 still might be required, knowing that the wave 5 anyway was truncated here and was not taken. So if you move inside it, you can see that this is a 5 waves down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, truncation, which is a signal, of course, of reversal. However, if we take a look again, I don't like it, right? As a bullish, it is not the signal. Knowing that it can be 5 ways up, but your wave 5 longer than wave 3, which is not nice as diagonal. No impulse, unless, of course, you are in 1112, as we mentioned in the morning. And, of course, I gave you already the signal here. 6,460 is an invalidation for the bullish or confirmation for lower. And here we go. That means we're going to go for lower. And obviously, we saw the low. But even I'm not convinced in 1-2 because, as I mentioned, if this is all of it is an impulse here, it's not looking good. Yeah, even in 1-2 now is invalidated, and that means, of course, you might see higher prices, but this is definitely is gonna end up as correction. Okay, in case we see higher prices, it's gonna end up in a correction. Probably one more low is very likely, since you didn't took it here and it is truncated. You have double 1-2, so therefore one more low is required, I would say here, to reach the blue box decisively again, of course, inside this area, preferably, guys. So yeah, the things are not yet, of course, also clear in SPX here. They are shady a little bit. Even if you move for higher, I'm not convinced with it that it's gonna be very bullish. It might turn, of course, into correction here, dropping down again. So the things are not yet, but in a macro level, a little bit bigger overview, I'm still bullish. Okay, I'm still bullish. A, B, and a C. Probably I prefer again to see at least the 0.38, by the way, hit, and then moving towards higher prices later on. Yep, so that was it for Nasdaq and SPX. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.